5:30 a.m. The alarm goes off. The phone screen lights up before your eyes even fully adjust. 3 unread work emails, a reminder that rent is due, save a few dollars. You come home completely drained. Yet when the end of the month arrives, the math simply doesn't add up. There is almost nothing left in the account. The terrifying reality is that this financial depletion isn't due to personal laziness. Millions of hard-working Americans are following the rules, clocking longer hours than previous generations, and still living paycheck to paycheck in the richest country on earth. Decades ago, the equation was entirely different. A single income from a factory floor or a delivery route was enough to support a household, buy a home, and secure a pension for retirement. Today, people piece together 2 jobs, weekend side hustles, and overtime shifts just to afford basic necessities. The old formula for building a life is broken. To understand where the money is actually going, we have to look closely at the hidden variables draining modern wealth. The drain usually starts quietly. It is a slow, almost invisible erosion of your money. Look at the cost of basic necessities a few decades ago. Butter for 85 cents, bacon for 89. This chart illustrates the concept of purchasing power, how much actual product your dollar can buy. It compares the slow trajectory of average wages against the steeply rising costs of basic goods. Even when your paycheck inches upward, prices often rise faster. A slightly larger salary is easily canceled out by the surging costs of gas, insurance, and food. Logically, if you are struggling to keep up with these costs, it implies a lack of efficiency. But adding productivity to the graph reveals a massive twist. The modern American worker is more productive than ever before. Technology and automation allow a single employee to generate staggering amounts of value compared to their parents. That exploding efficiency generated massive wealth. It just didn't go to the people doing the work. The profits flowed outward, inflating corporate valuations, executive compensation, and the stock market, while average worker pay flatlined against inflation. Millions of people feel left behind by the very economic growth they helped build. The system is operating exactly as designed, an extraction engine where workers generate record value but are structurally prevented from keeping it. The heaviest burden on that flatlining paycheck is shelter. Owning a home used to be the primary achievable method for the middle class to build equity. Now, home prices have exploded and mortgage rates have climbed, leaving millions trapped in a severely inflated rental market. In some major cities, workers regularly hand over half of their monthly income just to keep a roof over their heads. Half of a person's life energy, gone before they buy a single meal. Landlords hold ultimate leverage because shelter is a biological necessity. People will endure massive financial pain, drain their emergency savings, and accumulate massive debt long before they risk losing their housing. Housing is no longer a stepping stone to financial stability. It acts as an inescapable anchor, forcing people to sacrifice their long-term future simply to survive the current month. Curious, if food, transportation, and an inflated rent check consume the entire paycheck, how are people actually bridging the gap? They borrow. Millions are forced to rely on credit cards and personal loans simply to stay alive. Every late fee, interest charge, and minimum payment funnels cash directly from the working class into the financial sector. This creates a brutal psychological cycle. Working an exhausting, high-stress job completely depletes your mental energy. To cope, people seek out immediate relief, rewarding themselves with a fast food order, a new phone, or a streaming subscription. Modern commerce is fully engineered to exploit this exhaustion. As this loop illustrates, the digital ecosystem surrounds you with curated social media lifestyles, which leads directly to one-click purchases and buy now, pay later prompts. Buying things is completely frictionless. The architecture makes spending money effortless, while setting aside cash for savings requires willpower and active discipline, traits that are nearly impossible to summon when you are already burned out. The system guarantees failure by first draining your physical energy at the workplace and then exploiting your depleted willpower through consumer debt. Beyond the actual debt, constant financial pressure creates a profound mental exhaustion. When survival consumes all your energy, you stop dreaming. You stop asking why the rules are set up this way. The dream of stability still exists, but the requirements have evolved. Hard work alone no longer dictates your success. Navigating modern prices requires specialized financial knowledge. The economy naturally funnels money upward. Retaining your capital requires understanding how money actually works, how to budget aggressively, how to invest early, and how to recognize the triggers that drive emotional spending. Wealth isn't built by whoever works the hardest. It's built by whoever actively protects it. Escaping the extraction engine requires a strict, calculated approach. It means learning financial discipline, avoiding toxic high-interest debt, and intentionally living below your means. Financial freedom rarely happens overnight. It happens quietly. It is a daily practice of making small, calculated decisions over years. And the more you understand how the mechanics of the economy operate, the harder it becomes for that economy